Welcome to another edition of the Monday Canteen Cup, where I, your host, Walt, take a minute while my coffee's brewing to let you in and around what Wargate Books is doing. So we're going to get to some coffee. We got 4 minutes of bourbon barrel-aged coffee to come to its pristine glory. Oh man, that's going to be dirk. All right. Gonna get after it. So that has to sit there for a hot minute, and while that's going on, we're gonna get our books on. So let's talk about this morning, the custodian planes. Let's try that again. So this morning, the custodian that we have running our X account put up an image of Monopoly board that some grunt had put on the back of a pizza box. It was the Marine Corps Grunt Edition. Had all sorts of things on it, like liquor store, getting NJP'd, 29 palms going for like $60. I mean, like, dude, I pretty much laughed myself inside out looking at that thing. Anyway, it kind of made me wonder, like, what would the Army or the Navy versions look like? So, I mean, would different units have different mock-ups for their boards? Even within the Army, like, would the Grunt edition of the Army's Monopoly board be the same as the PsyOps edition or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, if you got a minute, put up some of the notable spots that you'd have on your Monopoly board if you were to mock up something like this. So from your time in military service, or if you had somebody in the family that served and they were always talking about it, what would be on your board and what would your game pieces be? Because the one in the picture that they posted this morning had one of those Jolly Ranchers that came inside of the MREs, blue Jolly Rancher. The blue one's mine, so you guys can have the other colors. I want the blue one. So onto the book front, Strange Company 3 has a street date for its, that's it, good boy, all the way down. Good boy. Strange Company 3 has a street date for its time on audio, so that's going to be hitting September 16th of this year. A few months away, but, you know, if you want and you can't really wait. I know I couldn't. But then again, I cheat. I work so I can read early. You can go on to the Wargate store and look up Strange Company 3, and the ebook will pop right up. You can get that right away. Of course, we also have hardback editions that are signed by Nick that you can grab up on the store right away, and those will be coming out in a hot minute when we order the next batch. Both Warlord and Splashdown are still on sale over at Audible. So if you like to purchase your books outright from Audible instead of assigning credits, yeah, nice deep deal on there, so you can get your jam on for very little money. If you're an insider or a Substack paid sub, you should run over to the Substack and check out some of the new fiction being dropped by Pete Nealon. He is a huge fan of a certain property with superhumans stuffed into powered armor that might shoot bolt guns and use power swords. So he's kind of ruminating his version of that. So if you're a big fan of that stuff and you're a big fan of Pete, like we are, you should definitely go on over there and check that out. You know, it just might be your jam, if I could speak the English. Working through the process this week, we have Sword and Quill. This is one of our first nonfiction books coming out of Wargate. This was written by Steve Lieberman, who is a Second Amendment defense attorney working out of California. Really doing really good work out there, protecting people's rights. And also Steve Tarani, who is a longtime martial artist, has a really interesting resume. That man has been there, done that, and got the receipts and the scars to show for it. He is credited with making the Karambit a real popular implementation in and around the tactical community. So both those gentlemen teamed up to create the Sword and Quill, which basically takes you through the do's and don'ts before, during, and after an encounter where you have to use a firearm to defend yourself. I haven't spoken to the authors. This is one you're not going to miss, especially if you're into carrying your own self-protection. So definitely get on the jam and be on the radar looking for that. And if that book entices you to read some of our other nonfiction coming out, we have War Business from Matthew Brenneman. This is a book that details his time as a U.S. Marine in Afghanistan. And if you're on the mailing list, you've also gotten word on how to get into a virtual speaking engagement he's doing, where Matt is going to get up there and talk about his time to a select and private audience, his time during Afghanistan as a Marine NCO, and that's going to nab you the book early, a hardcover book early, a cigar and some whiskey, as well as, you get some time to listen to Matt share his thing and detail his time of trudging through the graveyard of empires. So that's what I got for you guys today. We're going to take this, and I got to be careful not to burn my digits. We're going to press. Oh, yeah, there we go. Just having that little foam on top, I know it's already going to be good. Get that nice caramel color. The smell on this is amazing. It's got like almost like a sweet smell to it. Caramelly. I'm stoked. So we're gonna get this into our canteen cup. Oop, gotta make sure, because I've done that before, and we have spilled and drilled. There's nothing worse than getting hot coffee on a dog that likes to whine. All right, man, did I got that in there just right the right level, so I'm not gonna spill and not gonna waste. Let's see. Oh my God, that is epic. Yeah, bourbon aged, what do you call it? Coffee that has been aged in bourbon barrels and then cooked under the fire of those barrels once they're all chopped up and stuff like that. Man, you can't beat it. So anyway, that's my jam. That's the jam for Wargate Books for this coming up this week. If you got a second, drop a comment. Let us know some love down below this video. If you are not following us on YouTube, please do. We would like to get more of a presence on there, and this is a start to that. We have some other shows coming up that we are going to produce and get some more content out for you guys. So we appreciate it, and I'm going to finish my coffee and go make fun of my dogs. Cheers.